Righto, guys, if you love your beef jerky, then stick around because we're reviewing the BigWig Beef Jerky range.
Righto, so without further ado, let's get into this packet. As I said, we're reviewing the BigWig Jerky range. They were kind enough to send me out a pack of, I think it's a complete range. FYI, this stuff is high in protein, a perfect snack. You're on a hike, if you're a gym goer. As you can see, I'm not much of a gym goer unless it's, Jim Beam, but I still like beef jerky nonetheless. So we're just going to start diving in. We'll start with the original beef jerky, original beef jerky, the flavor. We know it. We all love it. Pretty standard flavor. I'm going to like this already. I can tell you I'm going to like this already. Let's give it a crack. That is exactly how or what I would expect when I'm buying beef jerky. Now, I'm talking texture-wise, not flavor-wise. FYI, the flavor on the beef jerky original, it's what you would expect. It's not overcomplicated. It's your natural original beef jerky flavor. But what I want to talk about is the texture. Now, I'm guessing texture-wise is going to be substandard across the board when it comes to all their other flavors. It's not, when it comes to jerky, I don't like a jerky that's 110% completely dry. This has got a nice ratio of, your jerky is dry, but it's still got a bit of moisture or a little bit of juice when you bite into it. I tell you what, that is among some of the best just original beef jerky that I've had. That is a winner. So far, smashing it out of the park with the original beef jerky flavor. We're going to put that there. Let's dive into another packet. The honey soy, another cracking flavor profile. As soon as you can smell the honey straight away, so that is a good sign. Let's go in. That's good. That's good. Instantly taste the honey side of it, that sweet sort of profile. Again, this is a little bit drier than the actual original beef jerky, but with the honey and the soy flavor, it actually kind of works really well. I'm a big fan. That, for me, after having a couple more bites, it could be just the fact that my palate is a little bit mixed up from eating the original jerky, having a couple of sips of beer. I think maybe the honey could be a little bit more intense, but to be honest, if you're new to jerky or if honey soy is maybe not your first pick, you're still going to get an absolute cracker of a honey soy piece of jerky here. Absolute banger. Do not get me wrong. Let's dive into something that I've been, the one flavor that I really have been looking forward to, and that is the sriracha. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, straight off the bat, you get that sriracha, like that OG sriracha sauce smell just hits your nostrils straight up. This is going to be an absolute pearl. Thank God I've got a beer here. And you can actually see, if you compare it to the honey soy and the original, you can actually see the hot, spicy seasoning on this actual piece of jerky. Let's get into this one. Okay, texture-wise, that's a 10 out of 10. The texture-wise, it's more like the original beef jerky. It's really easy to bite through. Just the right amount of, moisture still left in the beef itself, but dried to be perfect texture. That's 10 out of 10. As for spice, you get that it's not an overpowering, heat. Some people when they, especially, I'm not just talking jerky here. If they make sauces, spices, jerky, when they try to make a hot flavored jerky, they sort of go too far to the point where it's too hot and you can't actually taste the flavors. So without being too over the board, it's still a nice kick, a nice spicy little kick. I tell you what, this is my favorite so far. I love spicy food. This is my favorite so far. Knocked out of the park with a 10. The sriracha beef jerky, that's a winner. All right, time to cleanse the palate just a little bit here. Up next, we have the chili and lime. Love the chili and lime Red Rock deli chips. So that's what I'm going to base the flavor profile off, I guess. So let's just dive into it. Of course, smell test. Okay, yeah. Much like the sriracha smell, but you get that sort of, I guess, fresh, citrusy type overtone to it. Without further ado, let's have a crack. So, much like the sriracha, the heat is there. It's not overpowering, which I love. But you do get that that sort of fresh, citrusy overtone, as you would, like, as I said, the Red Rock Deli chips, the chili and lime chips, Red Rock Deli, which are absolutely my favorite. I'm going to say this is a little bit more hotter than the sriracha. So this is the chili and lime. Obviously, that's the sriracha. It's a little bit more spicy than the sriracha, but not to the point where, you know, you're not tasting nothing, but like it's not just heat, so to speak. So that is probably as hot as I would want a chili and lime jerky. It's not the fact that I couldn't really handle anything hotter, but I feel anything hotter than this as a base, you're not really tasting the flavor, so to speak. So they've done that well. That the spice level on the chili and lime is probably, you know what? Screw it. I'm going 10 out of 10. This is perfect. This is some of the best jerky that I've ever had. Up next, smoky chorizo. All right, I've been excited for this one when I had a little peek, not going to lie. And, you know, it smells exactly like chorizo. We're not even going to mess around. We're just going straight in for a taste test. Okay, I'm going to compare this, the smoky chorizo, I'm going to compare this back to the first packet we had, which is the original, with that little elevated spice of the chorizo over the, I guess, the original flavor. That's exactly what I would expect for a smoky chorizo jerky. This is a pack of jerky that I'm probably eating on the regular. That's a 10 out of 10. Now, moving on to what I just said before, one of my favorite styles of jerky, and that's teriyaki. Straight away, it's just a classic teriyaki smell. With taste test. You can't really go wrong with teriyaki jerky. This is just your classic teriyaki jerky. You know, as I said, everything I've had today has been unbelievable, and I'm really not trying to be biased. I'm trying to make an honest review. But everything that I've eaten today has been sensational. The teriyaki jerky is no exception. That is another 10 across the board. Now let's move on to the final bag, and this is peri peri. Righto. I'm expecting some nice heat in this as well. Straight up, that smells like the peri peri Nando seasoning. Let's get into it. It's kind of a mild peri peri. And actually, the longer that it sits on my mouth there, the spice sort of comes through a little bit delayed. That's actually pretty good. As I said, you can smell, like, it reminds me of that Nando's peri peri seasoning that you get on the chips. I can't fault it. Everything is like being a 10 out of 10 today. It's been unreal. I haven't had a bad bag. Absolutely incredible products. Go and check out BigWig Jerky Co. I'll tag them in the video. And again, massive shout out to them. Thank you for sending me the packs. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.